Have you been exploring plant-based eating for a while now, but find yourself still sitting on the fence, unable to decide if a plant-based diet is for you? You've seen the health benefits others are experiencing and know that this lifestyle could benefit you too. But you don't know if eating this way is actually possible for your situation. So now you're still on the sidelines and are frozen with indecision. But the new year is coming, and you really want to see your health and body changed for the better. So, how do you make this decision? I want to help. In this episode, let me give you 3 signs of readiness that you can check to see if you have to help you come to a decision of whether or not to start your plant based diet journey. Why? Because I want to help those who are ready but may not know it gain the confidence they need to move forward in 2025 into the best health possible through a plant-powered lifestyle. Ready to dive in? Let's go! Welcome to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. I'm your host, Anna Zinn, plant-based registered dietitian and transition coach. Hi friend, do you want to regain your health with plant-based eating but feel overwhelmed and lost about how to do it? Do you feel it'll be hard to change your meat-heavy diet and impossible with working, running the home, or chasing after the grandkids? If so, you're in the right place. Here you'll find simple strategies, clear nutrition guidance, and practical tips to help you thrive plant-powered with more energy. So if you're ready to ditch the guesswork and transform your health the stress-free way, cozy up now with a hot cup of tea or listen while you walk, and let me show you how doable plant-based eating can be. Let's do this. Hi friend, I want to tell you about something exciting that's coming your way in early January 2025. That's when I'll start a new series called Starter FAQs, or Frequently Asked Questions. In this series, I'm going to touch on a few common questions plant-based diet beginners often have and answer them on this podcast because I want to help you get started with confidence. We'll discuss things like the best plant-based foods to eat for health, the best way to start plant-based eating, what to do if you're gluten-free, and more. So if you've just recently started your diet transition, plan to start in January, or have been in transition for a while now and still feel lost and clueless, make sure to tune in to this podcast in January so you can follow along this series. Now let's dive into today's topic. Making any new change can feel unsettling and daunting, and that's natural. The main reason is that it's a new horizon we aren't familiar with, and this unknown takes us out of our comfort zone. And when it comes to making a lifestyle change, that can feel even scarier. Especially if you've been brought up eating one way and meat-heavy dishes with lots of eggs and dairy is really all you've ever known or seen on your plates. Yet sometimes there's a really good reason and need to make a change. Like in the case of this member who joined my free Beginners for Plant-Based Diet Success community at the beginning of the year. She shared this: I want to eat to live, get my diabetes under control and off meds. I already have no nerves in my feet and don't want to lose nothing else. I really feel for her and understand where she is coming from. Another lady shared this: my father and all his brothers and sisters are gone now. All, so far as I know, suffer from heart disease. All raised on a farmer's diet, meat and dairy. I've got to get free of this family curse. We can do it. That's heartbreaking to hear, isn't it? You may be in a similar place now, needing to make a change to your eating and lifestyle because your health depends on it. Maybe your latest blood test results have been a shock, and even your doctor has recommended a diet change, and you're trying to process it all. Yet you know you want to feel better, get your energy back, and be more active in your remaining years, and not be more bound to meds, doctor visits, and face major surgery. So in your situation, your body is definitely ready for the change physically to better health. The bigger question though is this: Are you mentally and emotionally ready to make this change? Or would it be better to wait more? If you're in a dilemma on this now, I want to help you. That's why I'm doing this episode. Let me give you now 3 signs you can look out for that can guide you towards making a decision of whether or not to start a plant-based diet transition. Here's the first sign that you're ready for a plant-based diet change. You're tired of being sick and sick of being tired. Are you simply tired of feeling unwell and of being fatigued all the time? If so, you're not alone. This is a common feeling among many who have joined my community and the reason behind their change to eating plant-based. I remember one lady sharing this. She said, "I'm new to all this. I'm just learning along the way. I want a different lifestyle. I'm tired of being sick and of having my weight." So let me ask you, are you feeling the same way? If you are, then it would definitely be the time to turn your life around and take steps to feel better and get healthier. Through this podcast and elsewhere, you may have already heard how eating a high-fiber, whole-food plant-based diet can help improve insulin sensitivity, stabilize blood sugar levels, lead to a better weight, and reduce the risk of heart attacks and strokes. And it's true. It can also help improve heart disease, lower cholesterol, improve blood pressure levels, and more. Now here's the second sign to look out for. You're ready to ditch the yo-yo diet train. Have you been riding the yo-yo dieting train without success? If you've been trying unsuccessfully to lose weight and have tried multiple restrictive diets and lost weight initially, but then gained it all back and some, I know it can feel really defeating and frustrating. Maybe you can identify with this lady from within my community. She shared, "I've literally tried every diet, and I'm so sick of dieting. I just want something that makes my body feel good, and I have energy, and I know I'll stick to it." It can feel so exhausting and defeating, especially if there doesn't seem to be any lasting results. Don't you agree? Yet, that's one of the key benefits of a whole food plant-based diet. It's a lifestyle, not a diet, and you don't need to overly restrict portion sizes or count calories day in and day out. Yet, it can be a healthful, natural way to lose weight gradually while getting to the best health. So ask yourself if you're feeling ready to ditch the yo-yo dieting train. Let's move on to a third sign to check for. You're ready to live life to the fullest. Are you ready to make the most of your remaining years with the people you love and cherish? This may be your children. This may be your spouse. This may be grandchildren and watching them grow up and being able to spend precious time with them. I remember a past client of mine. His motivation for changing to a plant-powered diet at 77 years of age was this. Right at the beginning of our coaching relationship, he told me that his primary motivation for making the change was so that he could be there to watch his 5 young grandchildren growing up. In his words, he wanted to continue to be a healthy grandpa. That's what kept him motivated to start and continue a plant-predominant diet ever since. So think about this. If you look into the future 3 to 5 years from now, what would you like your life to look like? If you really want to live a more vibrant, active life with less pain and meds, then 2025 may be the year for you to overhaul your health and your life into a better one. So today we looked at 3 key signs you can check for to see if you're ready for a plant-based diet change. These signs are questions you can ask yourself to help you make a decision of whether to start a plant-based diet transition. The first sign is you're tired of being sick and sick of being tired. The second sign is you're ready to ditch the yo-yo dieting train. And the third sign is you're ready to live life to the fullest. Of course, there are other signs you can check for that can guide you in this matter, but I hope this episode was helpful in moving you closer towards making that decision that will best benefit you and your health. With the new year coming, it's the perfect time to do a little reflection and think about your direction in the coming year. And one of the questions that may be foremost in your mind could be this: should I start a plant-based diet in the new year? Maybe you've been toying with this idea and know your current way of eating and lifestyle is hurting you and reducing your chances to live a long, healthy, active life with the people you love. That's why you've been exploring plant-based eating thus far. So if this question has been on your mind, I invite you to take this action step. Take a moment today to think upon and see if these 3 signs apply to your own life and situation. That will help you see if mentally and emotionally you're ready to take the step of starting plant-based eating, and if January 2025 is the year to do it. Now, before you go, don't forget to mark your paper calendars or set a reminder on your phone or Google Calendar for January 6, 2025. Tune into this podcast on that day as I'll be starting a new series to help those beginning their plant-based diet journeys start with more confidence and success. I'll also be making a special announcement related to the Plant Power Life Transformation course then. So if that's something you've been thinking about or considering, definitely don't miss that announcement, which is coming up soon. But for now, I want to wish those that celebrate Christmas a special treasure time this holiday season with loved ones and friends. Have a wonderful, blessed Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for listening. If this podcast has inspired, encouraged, or helped you in some way to transform your health, I would love to hear about it. Please take 30 seconds to rate and leave a written review on Apple Podcasts to let me know. It will encourage me so much to hear how this podcast has positively impacted and made a difference in your journey towards wellness. And share about this podcast with a friend or loved one so we can all thrive in the best health. Remember, plant-based eating can be easy and doable. See you in the next episode, my friend.